Hi Susie, you asked for a video showing how to cut up a chicken without messing it up. Well, here it is, so please pay attention. You will want to get everything set up ahead of time. This is where I'm going to cut the chicken, although normally I do it in the sink. The good chicken is going to go in the pan. I have a bag for the soup scraps, and of course the garbage right next to me. The first thing you're going to do is sharpen the knife. Actually hone it. I'm going to try and get a 20-degree angle on this. Now inside the chicken are various parts. If you like the lizards and gizzards, go ahead and save them. I do not. I don't put them in my stock. This is stuff I don't put in the stock. It'll bitter the stock. If there's a neck or a heart, I usually use that. This one doesn't seem to have any in here. Let's see. Nope. Let's cut off the wing. Start from the back here so you can see where to cut the joint. Go down this way so don't waste too much of the breast. You see where to cut the fingers off. Just cut it off. Put this in with the soup scraps. You want to cut the joint right here, but I don't usually start there. What I normally do is see where it's going to hinge, which is right here. Now let's cut the legs. I like to put some weight on the leg itself. You want to cut this flap of skin to start off with. Start bending the chicken leg backwards a little bit so it pops out of the hip joint. You're right down through here. You want to, this is where the pelvis is. You don't want to cut on this side, the chest side of the pelvis. You want to cut that off. So when you get in there, get on this side of the pelvis. Try and get as much of the oyster as you can. You can see where the joint is. So that comes right off. Now on the chicken, you can see this one line right here. That's where you're going to, right here, that's where you're going to run the knife. That is where the joint is. It has like a dotted line to cut here. Let's do the other one on this side. Cut this skin off and watch it, it'll sort of peel back. Pop it. Find the line, sort of flex it a little bit, get this line. Two legs all cut up. Now on the breast, you're just filleting it just like you do a fish. Now there's a keel bone right in the middle. What you want to do is find it by running the knife right down the middle. And then whatever side the knife ends up on, in this case the keel bone is here, I'm going to take this breast off first. If the knife had run on this side of the keel bone, I would take this breast off first. We just sort of run the knife down, spread it open a little bit. Now there's a wishbone up here. You want to gently find it with the blade. Do not cut through the wishbone. Cut along the wishbone. Here's the wishbone. Cut right along it like a guide. It will take you to where the wing was. Now you can cut that part off and start following down the ribs. You always want to go from the front to the back because the ribs point in this direction and you don't want the knife to get caught in the ribs. Now on this side you can go up a little bit. Now you find the part where you want to cut it, so you don't have too much of the tendon. And now you have a perfectly filleted, boneless chicken breast. Let's do the other. Here's the wishbone. Let's try the other side. Right down the keel bone. Spread it a little bit. Start filleting. Trying to let the camera see into here a little bit. Don't normally do it quite at this angle. Let's find the wishbone. And cut right down the wishbone. Another perfectly cut breast. Now all of this carcass, is for the soup pot. So I put the whole thing in a bag, and when I go to make soup, I just put it in the crock pot with some onions and celery and carrots. The scrap stuff don't use, the skins and stuff. And I just put that on low and let it run for several days, making soup as I go. Now the chicken is all cut up and ready to go. You can use it like this. Just sprinkle some herbs or spices on here that you want, a little bit of oil, maybe some salt and pepper, throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 40-45 minutes, and you'll have chicken. Or you can grill it or do whatever you want with it. The chicken is ready to go. It is so much cheaper to do your chickens this way. Don't ever hesitate just to buy a whole chicken every single time and use the parts in whatever way you want, fried, baked, grilled, however you want, and use the carcass for your soup stock. Some of the best soup stock you'll ever make, and you won't have to worry about all that processed stuff with all the salts and chemicals in it. So until the next time, Susie, let's cook our own food.